Here you can see I've taken a stick that I found in the yard and I've pulled this bungee, which you'll find underneath the seat. This is under the driver's seat. This is the central control module here. This particular plug, I believe, has to do with communications to the airbag. This one deals with the seat memory and seat adjustment. This near motor here is for the seat height adjustment for the floor of the seat towards the front of the car. Those brown wires there are for the power for that particular motor. And the one of interest here, if I can get to it, is that motor there in the back. And that is for moving the seat forward and backwards. It's a little bit difficult to see, but those blue wires there in the center of the screen, that's for the power for the position sensor and for the power for the motor. So I've taken the K3 connector off the control unit for the seats, and this is what it looks like. So the idea here is to plug into pins, I believe 10 and 15, which are the blue wires coming out, and they go straight to the motor. And I'll also see if I can get it light. This yellow business, this is the line carrying the electronics, the wires, to the side airbag, which is located inside the seat underneath the upholstery. So here we are at the side of the seat. Now I'm going to go underneath and show you that connector. I think in the workshop information system it's labeled as 333DB or possibly H29-1. So you should be able to actually reach in here with your left hand if you come from the front of the seat, and you'll probably be able to get enough leverage to get a screwdriver in there to pop this out. I found some thin copper plate, tin snipped it into little strips, and hopefully these are going to work better. And then I'll just use a pair of leads to clamp onto the end of them, and from there onto the power source. And now all that's left is to get them plugged into some power. Okay, so here we've got the jumper cables running from the battery of this car. I've got the wire tucked in between the seat bolts, because you want to make sure these poles don't touch. You don't want to short anything out. So I've got a multimeter here just checking the voltage, and indeed we have power to the cables. So now that's all that's left to do is hook these up to their respective poles, and hopefully everything goes all right. I have the positive end sticking into pin number 10, the negative into number 15. So I'm going to go to the other side of the car and we'll get this going. And there it goes. I don't know if it's going to stop itself, but at least now there's plenty of access to those back bolts that you'll need to get to if you're going to remove the seat on either side. This is probably obvious to most people, but if you had the intention of moving it the other way, because this is how you found the car and the front bolts were obstructed, you just switch the poles. So now I'm going to touch red to black on both ends here, and hopefully we'll come back, and we do. So it occurred to me, if you approach your car and you're having accessibility issues, this front motor, if you can provide power to it, you can get it to lift, and then you can get your hands in there a little more. And right now, I'm kind of focusing on the direct power connections for this. There are 4 wires. The ones that are closest to us, I believe, are for the sensor, and the 2 that are more recessed are for the power. And right now, I've got leads connected to those back 2, just kind of shoved in there next to the wire collars that are in that connector. But it provides a metal-to-metal contact, so you can get some power to it. The black lead is going to pin 1. The positive is going to pin 2. All the colors have been matched. And here we go. lift it up. So right now we're under the passenger seat, and we're going to focus on, again, taking this plug apart so that we can have the security of knowing we're not going to set off any airbags under here. The plug we're going to be supplying power to is much closer. It's right here. So you can see there are numbers, and we're actually going to be putting power into the one on the lower right. The one with the blue lead coming out goes to the side seat switches. So we're going to be powering 7 and 8, should be the blue wires, just like the driver's side. So here we have the connector under the passenger seat undone, and what I realized is we need to power pins 7 and 8, which are very close to each other, and when I connect those leads, they could likely touch, and I don't want that. So I've just torn out a piece of cardboard paper here, and you can see on the top row on the upper left, now the two are separated. So there you go, the leads are hooked up. And now all that's left is connect the power. Here we go. Bye-bye. So I need to get the seat belt out. Here we are at the side. To get this screw out, looks like it's going to be a T25. I'm using a 1/4 inch system here with a 1/4 inch socket on the bit. There's another one of these Torx 25 screws here at the back too, covering the seat belt. So, you know, now that we have it off the tracks, if you need to get a better angle at it, you can just lift it right up. This last bolt here is a T40. Got the help of a brick to help lift this up. Screw this. And you're free. And that's it. You should be able to lift that chair out of there no problem now. So now that I've got the chair out of the car, it's much easier to show you what this plug looks like for the driver's seat. This is the one you're going to reach under from underneath to unplug. And right here on the side is a tab. You're going to depress this, and then you can wedge it out sideways, and then it'll pop out. And remember, you're going to give power to 10 and 15, and right there you can see the numbers, and there's 10, and 15 is going to be on the other side, albeit upside down.